We have the function f of x equals x cubed minus 6x squared minus 15x plus 2, defined on the interval -3 to 9. We want to find the absolute maximum, absolute minimum values of f. So this one we're going to take the derivative to find the critical points. And then we're going to set this equal to 0. Now we can divide both sides by 3 and then factor it out and get that x is 5 and -1. And note that 5 and -1 are in this interval. So let's plot these, and then we want to stop it at -3 and 9. So between -3 and -1, we want to pick a point here. So let's say we pick -2. So this is my derivative. Technically, I did divide by 3, so technically I can factor out like this. And I prefer to factor out like this because I know 3 is always going to be positive. So I just need to plug it into these two to figure it out. So -2 minus 5 is negative. -2 plus 1 is negative. Negative times a negative gives me a positive. Now we're going to plug in 0. We get a negative times a positive is a negative. And I plug in a number greater than 5, let's say 6, and we get a positive. Okay, so clearly there is a relative maximum at x equals -1. And because the function is increasing from -3 to -1, we know the value of at x equals -1 has to be greater than -3 since the function is increasing. Now the only thing is after 5 is a minimum, and then it starts to increase. So we don't know if f of 9 is greater than f of -1. But to make things very simple, all you really have to do is just test the critical points and the endpoints. So the critical numbers are -1 and 5. Endpoints are -3 and 9. So let's compare. If I plug in -1 into the original function, so we have -1 minus 6 is -7, plus 15 is 8, plus 2 is 10. If I plug in 5 cubed is 125, 5 squared is 25 times 6, 150, that's going to be -25. Minus 75 is -100, plus 2 is -98. If I plug in 3 cubed is 27, and then 3 squared is 9, times 6 is 54. 15 times 3 is 45, and then plus 2. 27 minus 54 is -27. And then we have to minus 45 will give me -72, plus 2 give me -70. Finally, I just need to plug in f of 9. And this one I'll save you the work. It's 110. So the absolute maximum is 110. Absolute minimum is going to be -98. And that's our answers.